Hey everyone, welcome to Birch Talks, where we break down important topics in the science, law, and policy of climate change, decarbonization, and renewables. We're doing our best to help make the future of our world just a bit more accessible. I'm your host, Matt Chalmers, science nerd, environmental attorney, and founder of Birch Citadel. Let's get into it. Today, we're going to be diving deep into the world of climate models and the collaborative science behind them. Across the globe, more than 24 research institutions have dedicated their resources to developing climate models, essential tools for understanding and predicting climate change. In fact, many of these institutions manage and refine multiple models at any given time. These models, while essential, aren't always named with flair. Sometimes they're a little clunky. Typically, each model family inherits the name of the institution behind it. For example, the Met Office Hadley Center in the UK has its HAD-GEM3 model family, while in the United States, the NOAA Geophysical Fluid Dynamics Laboratory has developed the, get ready for this, GFDL ESM2M Earth Systems model. Naming conventions aside, the impact of these models is profound, and that's why today we want to take a little bit of time to spotlight these different climate models and celebrate the incredible, brilliant people behind putting them together and the contribution that they've made to our understanding of climate change and the future of our world. Let's start by talking about the HAD-GEM3 model, which is short for the Hadley Center Global Environment Model version 3, which is a family of climate models with a shared physical framework and varying configurations, each offering different levels of complexity. These models can couple atmospheric and ocean dynamics and may include a vertically extended atmosphere to represent the stratosphere more accurately. Additionally, some configurations model the Earth system, simulating processes like dynamic vegetation, ocean biology, and atmospheric chemistry. One major upgrade in the HAD-GEM3 from earlier versions is the integration of what's called the NEMO ocean model, which is used by the Met Office for ocean forecasts, and the CICE sea ice model from Los Alamos. These are connected to the atmospheric model through what's called the OASIS coupler, which was developed by CER FACS in France. The HAD-GEM3 models are still being refined. For example, HAD-GEM3 offers several atmospheric and oceanic resolutions tailored, much like a microscope, for different kinds of research and forecasting needs. For the atmosphere, it provides resolutions from 38 to 85 different vertical levels, reaching heights of 40 to 85 kilometers up, and horizontal resolutions ranging from a grid size of about 2.5 degrees latitude by a little under 4 degrees longitude to a much finer 0.5 degrees latitude by 0.83 degrees longitude. The ocean model uses what's called an Orca tripolar grid, available in resolutions from 2.0 degrees all the way down to 0.25 degrees and 42 or 75 different vertical levels with higher near-surface precision. Let's talk about another climate model, the GFDL ESM2M Earth Systems model. So the GFDL has developed NOAA's first Earth Systems model to help deepen our understanding of how Earth's biogeochemical cycles interact with the climate system, including the influence of human activities. So very similar to the GFDL's climate models, these ESMs combine an atmospheric circulation model with an oceanic circulation model and include land, sea ice, and iceberg dynamics. They also integrate interactive biogeochemistry, such as the carbon cycle. Building these models required collaboration from scientists from the GFDL, Princeton University, the Department of the Interior, and a host of other institutions to examine both the natural and human-driven climate and ecosystem changes in our world. The ESM's atmospheric model simulates features like aerosols, both natural and human-made, cloud dynamics, and precipitation. The land model also includes precipitation, evaporation, streams, rivers, lakes, runoff, and a terrestrial ecology model to simulate changing carbon reservoirs and other key tracers. The ocean model incorporates wave processes, water movement, currents, sea ice, iceberg freshwater transport, ocean mixing, and marine biogeochemistry and ecology. Carbon, the most fundamental element of our ecosystems, is included along with chemical and ecological tracers that control nutrient limitations, plant biomass, productivity, and species composition. The model also tracks these tracers in the atmosphere. Additionally, ESMs capture various emissions, changes in land surface albedo due to natural vegetation shifts and land use, such as agriculture and forestry, and aerosol chemistry. These combined components represent a significant step towards a more comprehensive and cohesive simulation of Earth's ecological and climate systems. In recent years, collaboration has become a hallmark of climate modeling. Institutions are no longer developing models in isolation. Take, for instance, the UK ESM1 model. This is a product of teamwork between the Met Office Hadley Centre and the wider Natural Environment Research Council community. The UK ESM1 builds upon the HADGEM3, integrating inputs from various research areas across the UK. The UK ESM model combines the HADGEM3-GC 3.1 global atmosphere and ocean climate model with additional Earth system components to capture the feedback effects on climate. So, for example, this simulates the absorption of carbon and nitrogen in both marine and terrestrial ecosystems and includes the interactive modeling of trace gases and aerosols to reflect their roles within the Earth system. UK ESM1's atmospheric component, which is shared with HADGEM3 GC 3.1, uses the GA 7.1 configuration of the unified model, which has a horizontal resolution of about 135 kilometers and 85 vertical levels. This hybrid vertical coordinate system follows terrain and reaches up to about 85 kilometers. Aerosols and trace gas chemistry are simulated through the stratospheric tropospheric configuration of the UK Chemistry and Aerosol, or UKCA model, coupled with the GLOMAP mode for detailed aerosol processes. According to climate scientists, if there was just one model or one center creating these models, their strengths and limitations would both be far more restricted. Each institution brings a unique perspective to the modeling process, even though the models are built on shared research and ongoing collaborative discussions. They also tend to use different code, which is what makes this range of models so strong and dependable based on its diversity of approaches and perspectives. Another notable collaborative effort is the Community Earth System Model, or CESM. Spearheaded by the National Center for Atmospheric Research, or NCAR, in the United States since the early 1980s, CESM represents the combined work of thousands of scientists. Importantly, CESM is open access. That means anyone can download and run it. This inclusivity has broadened the model's research applications worldwide. So the CESM is a comprehensive global climate model created through collaboration with researchers across the field. CESM offers advanced computer simulations to study the Earth's climate, covering past, present, and projected future conditions. The main objective of the CESM project is to create an advanced climate model and use it to conduct high-quality research aimed at understanding climate variability and global change. Next, we want to spotlight the Coupled Model Intercomparison Project, or CMIP. This model has been instrumental in bringing together models from across the world and integrating their data and modeling capabilities. So, for example, the CMIP-5 pooled model data from around the world, which then was key to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Fifth Assessment Report, or AR5, which we've spoken about in other videos here on Birch Talks. Although the majority of CMIP-5's participating centers are based in North America and Europe, this list isn't exhaustive. It focuses on institutions with global climate models and doesn't necessarily capture all regional and weather forecasting centers. The CMIP is an international initiative aimed at improving our understanding of climate changes over time, past, present, and future. Climate models, which are complex computer simulations, create digital representations of Earth's climate, simulating interactions within the atmosphere, oceans, land, ice, and biosphere. A key strength of CMIP is its global network that collects and provides open access to climate data for researchers worldwide. Originally a small research initiative, throughout the 1990s, CMIP has grown into a global project with over 50 different modeling centers involved in its sixth phase, CMIP-6. The project has produced hundreds of scientific papers and provides results that help inform policy. CMIP is organized in phases, each with updated protocols and standards. CMIP-6 is the latest to share data, while the next phase, CMIP-7, is currently being planned. The accessibility of climate models varies across institutions. Many models are free for the scientific community under specific licensing agreements, stipulating that they be used solely for non-commercial research and education. Other models operate under similar agreements. The NCAR CESM model, NASA's Model E GCMS, and other models developed across the world, such as the IPSL in France, are all examples of highly valued yet regulated resources. The power of climate modeling doesn't lie with any single institution. It's the collective effort that matters. By examining multiple models and cross-verifying results, climate scientists can better understand the reliability and limitations of their predictions and models. As our world faces increasingly complex climate challenges, these international collaborations will remain and continue to become ever more crucial. According to many climate scientists, looking ahead, all the progress that we're seeing really relies on this collaborative approach. Every single model, every single line of code, every single equation contributes to a clearer, more precise understanding of our planet and the most effective ways to protect it. That's why today we wanted to spend some time celebrating all of the folks that are involved in creating climate models and shine a couple spotlights on a handful. Thank you for joining us today. Whether you're developing models, contributing data, or working with these tools in your research, you're part of a vital effort to safeguard our planet's future. And if you actually use these climate models for a living, or you're one of the lucky few that gets to work on them on a daily basis, I know that we've just barely scratched the surface on a very complex and nuanced field. If there's anything that we've mischaracterized here, feel free to jump into the comments below. And I'm always eager to invite anyone on to help us all learn more about the important and incredible work that you're doing. For all of us, let's stay connected, stay curious, and let's continue this journey towards a more sustainable world. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Birch Talks. Take care.